Hi folks, and welcome back to another Travels of Red Rover. I'm Shawn.
And I'm Corinne.
And where are we this evening, Corinne?
Well, we're back at Palo Duro Canyon and we're on the Rock Garden Trail. We scoped this out earlier and we are going back to do some evening photography.
So this might have actually been part two of a two-part show, or I might put it into just one part.
We'll be surprised.
We're going to be surprised later on ourselves. So anyway, well, this morning we were on this trail and we caught all the eastern light, and there was just absolutely beautiful structures that really weren't lit very well. And now we're back to actually shoot those structures. So I think we're going to have a great time working our way up the trail today.
Yeah. Rock Garden is on the eastern side of the canyon, so it doesn't get light until the midday and later afternoon.
Well, I'm just taking a little break as I'm walking up the trail. I've been basically, again, shooting handheld. There are so many interesting compositions along the trail. It's really not necessary, and it's so well lit today, it's really not necessary to get out a tripod to shoot each one. Mostly what I'm doing is I'm looking for compositions that are really lit in an interesting way. And I'm using a little bit of sky. We've got some wispy clouds, and actually the moon is in the sky right now. So we got about a half, I'd say about a half moon. And so sometimes I'm incorporating those in the shot as well. And I'll show you some examples here of what I'm doing. Mostly what I'm trying to do is keep the compositions very, very simple. Usually one or two elements, maybe three elements in the composition. If there's a lot of scraggly bushes or trees, what I'm trying to do is just use them to frame either interesting rocks or interesting dead trees or that sort of thing to kind of make the shot interesting. I'm pretty much not or ignoring any shot that's not well lit. That's one of the things I am doing. I'm really only focusing on shots that have some interesting light attached to them. Camera settings are pretty much like I had this morning. Got my ISO set at 400 to give me a little faster shutter speed. I've got my stabilization key on. I'm shooting with autofocus because I don't see as well without my glasses on, and I can't focus with my glasses on right now. So I'm using the camera to do the most of the focusing for me. I'm shooting typically at f11 or in around that range. And again, if I didn't say it already, on aperture priority. I've got my white balance set at about 5500. That's probably a little high for right now, but I can fix that in post. So I'm not too really worried about that. Lots of interesting greens, reds, browns, and kind of focusing on those in terms of the color palette. That's about all I'm doing that's different and interesting in terms of the photography that's happening.
This is a rock structure we looked at this morning. What's really interesting about this is the red sandstone below the cap rock that seems to be a conglomerate of gray stones and granite material. Next to this little mushroom rock with the gray on the red is a nice tree, currently pretty well lit, mostly on the top, very nice, and then beside it, this large rock slab on an angle, and there's some really interesting light just hitting all those cracks and crevices and contours on that rock. So the sheen of light on it is just really interesting and giving it a nice appearance. One of the things we talk about in landscape photography workshops and classes that we do is the rule of thirds. But also we talk about odd numbers and threes. And in this composition, what I've gone for is the use of the big flat rock that's on the left, the smaller rock on the right, and then in the foreground there's another rock. So what's nice about this is it's got a nice combination of fairly dominant 3 rocks, which is a good odd number to have in a photo. Earlier today, when we did our reconnoiter trip, we all spotted this lovely juniper tree up on a mound elevated above the rest of the plants, and we all thought this would make a lovely composition. We've gotten lucky with a little bit of cloud up behind it, so we're trying to make use of that as well as the improved light. And I'm sure you'll see several different compositions of this juniper from different angles as we work the scene. Currently, I've tried to put the juniper about 1/3 of the way from the bottom in a portrait orientation and left lots of room for the attractive wispy clouds up here. And I'm getting some nice deep blue skies, robin egg skies. So it's really a nice contrast of colors. Here's how my composition is lined up in my camera. I'm using an aperture of f11 and ISO 100 aperture priority, so it's setting the shutter speed, and it's just getting a little bit of filtered light right now, so it's not quite as bright as it was a few minutes ago. We'll wait and see if the sun comes out from behind some wispy clouds and see if we can get a better lighting of this tree. I'm also using a polarizer just to enhance the clouds a little if I can. It's a little hard because the sun is mostly behind me, and the circular polarizer works best when you are on a 90-degree angle from the sun.
So Corinne and I hoofed it up the hill a little further to get a little higher view of the valley here. We wanted to go photograph the fortress, which is actually just over there. But right now all the light is over there. So right now and if I turn around here, we're shooting off in this direction right at the moment, just waiting for the sun to set below the horizon over there. Hopefully the fortress, which is over that way, will also light up behind it. But there may be just enough cloud on the horizon that just does not happen. So anyway, we're getting ourselves set up. I'm going to probably be using a special filter that has a 3-stop sun filter, and then it's a 4-stop sun filter with a 3-stop on top and no filtering down below. So it'll be just trying to get that to come in a little bit here as I'm taking the shot. We got some absolutely beautiful light up behind us here, and it was just gorgeous to shoot. It's starting to fade off here. Corinne's trying to capture just a couple more photographs. It didn't turn out to be over the fortress, which we hoped, but we still got a nice, nice colorful valley shot, which is just beautiful. So we had a fantastic evening. It's got some absolutely gorgeous color in the sky, which was terrific. We've been looking for that since we got here. We sure hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give us a thumbs up.
And if you'd like to subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. It helps us a great deal.
And as always, if you want to know when we release videos, hit that little bell button down below.
And we love to hear from you, so if you have questions or comments, please put it in the comments section down below.
And until next time, bye for now.
Bye for now.
You know, you find a nice secret spot, and before long, everybody joins you.